Good afternoon. I'm Yuri, host with CBN Financial, bringing you today's market update so you have the news you need to make smart investment choices. U.S. stock markets are showing cautious optimism today after setting recent record highs. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq are treading close to new highs, while the Dow Jones is advancing more modestly. Investors are taking a breather, digesting last week's gains and looking ahead to key economic and policy signals. One of the primary lines of concern is the Trump administration's proposal to impose a $100,000 annual fee for H-1B visas. This policy has stirred unease in the tech and finance sectors. Companies that heavily rely on skilled foreign workers are evaluating the potential cost and talent tightness impacts. Microsoft, Amazon, and others are on watch. In corporate news, Nvidia is grabbing headlines after announcing a large investment in AI infrastructure, particularly via a $100 billion initiative tied to OpenAI. The move underscores how much investor faith still rides on AI growth. Oracle is also rallying thanks to new leadership changes in a decision to manage TikTok's US algorithm, which has boosted its outlook among analysts. On the deal-making front, Pfizer is acquiring Metsera for approximately $7.3 billion, a deal that has fueled interest in pharma and biotech sectors. Anywhere real estate surged following an all-stock takeover offer from Compass. Though Compass stock fell sharply in reaction, looking at macro and Fed policy, last week's 25 basis point rate cut is still fresh in market minds. The Federal Reserve signaled the possibility of further easing later this year, but some members are urging caution given persistent inflation risks. Economic data coming this week such as the inflation report, GDP estimates, and speeches from Fed officials may shift expectations. What does this mean for investors? For those exposed to tech and AI, opportunity remains strong, but be mindful of regulatory and policy risk, particularly around visa reform and foreign labor issues. Earnings surprises in M&A mergers and acquisitions continue to move individual stocks significantly, so earnings season remains a time to be selective. Also, with interest rates still a central concern, sectors sensitive to rates like real estate, utilities, and consumer discretionary may face more volatility if inflation surprises or the Fed signals less easing than currently expected. Diversification, risk management, and keeping an eye on incoming data will be key. That's your market update for September 22, 2025 from CBN Financial. Thanks for listening. Make sure you stay informed, stay nimble, and invest wisely.